You're in the cereal aisle. Your toddler is on the floor, screaming, back arched, face red, the whole thing. And you feel it before you even look up. All the other shoppers, the woman by the yogurt who's not even trying to hide her stare and who clearly decided that she knows exactly what you should do. Your face goes hot. So you try everything. You bribe, you threaten, you crouch down and do that calm voice thing through your teeth. You count to 3, but somehow the harder you try, the louder your kid gets. Here's what took me years to really understand. It was never about finding the perfect thing to say. What actually calms your child in that moment is the opposite of what your natural instinct is. Stay with me for a minute. I have sat with a lot of moms who have experienced this exact moment, not to mention I have so many times. But the put together moms, especially the ones who can run a team or a whole household and then feel completely undone by a 2-year-old in a grocery store. So if that's you, you are in really good company. And by the end of this, you will know what to do with yourself in the middle of the meltdown, not just what to say to your kid. And that's the part that most women do not talk about. So let's start with what's happening for you, because reaching for the fix is the most natural thing in the world. You've probably spent your whole life being good at solving things. Something breaks and you handle it. That is a strength. It's gotten you really far. So when your kid melts down, your brain does the thing it always does. It grabs for the fix. What do I say? What do I do? How do I make this stop? And please, Lord, make it stop right now because people are looking. I know. I have been there. Here's the part underneath it, though. In that moment, it can feel like the tantrum means something about you. Like a stranger is going to look at your screaming kid and decide that you are a bad mom. And that's the guilt. And guilt makes you grip harder. Your kid isn't giving you a hard time. Your kid is having a hard time. And in the middle of it, they're not really looking for the right words from you. They're looking for you, for your steadiness. A child this age can't find calm from the inside yet. They borrow it from the person they love most. And in that grocery store, that is you, which means you can't hand them a calm that you don't have yourself. So when you come at them all cranked up and embarrassed, trying to force it, there's nothing there for them to borrow. You can say every perfect line and it just won't land. They're not reading your words, they're reading your body. Which brings up the question every mom asks me next, usually with a little bit of edge in her voice. Okay, but how? I'm in the middle of a grocery store. Everyone is staring. How am I supposed to just be calm? Let me actually walk you through this. The first move isn't about your child at all. It's a question you ask yourself. What does this moment actually require? Not what would end it the fastest, but what does it actually need? Sometimes the honest answer is that your kid is exhausted or drowning in the lights and the noise, and the meltdown makes complete sense. Sometimes there's nothing to fix, and it just has to move through you both. Naming that to yourself takes the panic down just a notch. Then notice the thought that jumped in. Usually it's a pretty scared one, like everyone thinks I'm a bad mom, or he's going to be like this forever, or I can't handle this. I mean, that's fear talking, and fear is a terrible place to parent from. You don't have to argue with it, just notice it's a fear. And then before you manage your child at all, you steady yourself. One deep breath, feet on the floor, something you say inside your head. Like the one that I come back to over and over most is this. Is it possible that this is not a problem? Is it possible my kid is having a hard time and I can feel all of it and we can both still be okay? So none of this is a script. It won't look the same on a day when everyone has slept as it does on a day that nobody did, obviously. That's the point, though. You're not running a technique here. You're deciding who you want to be inside the hard moment and letting your kid feel that. From that steadier place, you connect before you try to control anything. You don't have to fix the feeling. In the worst of it, your only job is to be the one thing that doesn't move. Maybe you get down on their level. Maybe you just put a hand on their back and let them be a mess for a minute without needing them to stop what they're feeling for your sake. People worry that this rewards the tantrum. It does not. What it actually does is give a little body the one thing that settles it. Yours settled first. And when the wave passes, and I promise it will, you don't need a big talk. Just a hand and a few plain words, something like, "You got through it. I was right here." I know this kind of scenario firsthand. When my daughter was about 4 months old, there was an ordinary morning where she was crying, and I had tried literally everything. And I finally just sat down on the floor next to her and I stopped. I stopped trying to figure out what was wrong. I stopped running through the checklist in my head. I just sat there with a feeling, hers and mine. The anxiety didn't vanish, but something in my body understood, I don't know, maybe even for the first time, that I could be inside a hard moment and still be okay. And she felt that. She settled because I did. That's what moms tell me too, almost word for word. The moment they stop trying so hard, the kid starts coming toward them. Not every time, not like magic, but so much more often than the yelling ever worked. That's the part that undoes my clients a little because it runs backwards to everything that made them successful. At work, more effort gets more results, but here, past a certain point, the harder you try, the worse it gets. Do less, be more. Let your kid borrow the calm you found first. If this made something click, the next thing worth understanding is why your brain fights you like this in the first place. I made a video on the two brains every mother is working with, the one that solves and the one that connects, and how to move between them. That's the foundation under everything I just showed you. So watch that one next. And the next time you're in that aisle and it all starts, you'll know the first move isn't out there with your kid, it's inside you. Steady yourself and then let them borrow that. I'll see you in the next video.